So today is the 18th. It is officially my 8-month anniversary thing. Instead of the last couple of videos, I was like, oh, it's almost there. Well, no, it's official. I believe it's official that it's 8 months. Um, it should be official that it's 8 months. Anyway, um, yay! Been on T for a while. Um, my libido's still high. My acne is still annoying. My darkening of my facial hair is still happening. It's a little darker on like this side than this side for some reason. The way that it's darkening, but whatever. Um, at least it is darkening, and it's also less patchy. It's um, stopped with the deepening of my voice. I feel like my voice just sort of got stuck and maybe even got less deep. I don't know. Um, it just feels like it stopped doing things somewhat. Um, Speaking of my voice, my name is Lil, and this is me 8 months on testosterone. Um, I think I was supposed to say, "Hi, I'm Lil. This is my voice. 8 months on testosterone." think I think that was what I was supposed to say. Anyway, yeah, I did the thing. um, Things are going pretty good. All of my prescriptions are actually waiting for me to go pick them up right now for my tea and my needles and syringe and all that jazz to continue my sub-Q injections now that we have moved across the country. And hopefully my appointment in September will go well with my doctor, and I can get my referral for top surgery and stuff all back going and all that. Hopefully people will calm down with the ignoring pandemic stuff so that um, I have a better chance of getting my name changed. That would be nice. I'm still really dumbfounded that the SSA was just leaving piles of unopened mail and not actually opening stuff that people were sending them. Um, like, how is it that backed up? Like, that's crazy to me. And I don't want mine to be in that pile. Like, I'm not sure how to work around that, what to do about that, and it's really put a negative light on that, even besides the concern that they wouldn't take something else other than my driver's license. Like, that's just makes me not want to even ask. um, Really, really sucks that they did that to my spouse. I desperately want my name changed, but I don't want to wait like 6 months for them to even check the mail. Like, anyway, um, I've still been, having a lot of positive stuff as far as no depression, still having, well, I guess the high libido would technically be positive. um, Still doing better with my eyes, with my pH balance in my mouth, with all that stuff. I have started consuming more protein again and getting a little more exercise in. I'd like to make it a little more consistent, but at least I'm starting back into it. That's exciting, and I know it's only been like 3 days, but still, that's exciting. I've gotten exercise 2 out of the last 3 days, so um, hopefully that will start bulking in and everything. I'm back to getting a little bit extra protein in each day, which is exciting. I had my girlfriend say that she thinks that my bottom growth might be trying to grow again. I can't tell that, but she said she thinks that it is. If it is, that would be awesome. I would not complain, but I can't personally tell that. Um, what else? Hopefully it's true. Hopefully that was an accurate statement. That would be nice. Um, I just basically won't know a lot more about what's going on going forward until I see my doctor and obviously I should get a therapist and stuff. I just really want to get my spouse set up with a doctor first, um, so that that's not a stressor. It's because it's a big one. Things are going pretty decent overall, though. Like, we ordered a couch, and we were excited to finally have a couch. Well, it's getting here tomorrow. It's getting here way early. It was supposed to be 2 weeks, and instead it's like, hey, ta-da! And our bar stools got here early, so our counter has seats at it now. And it's nice to have somewhere to sit in the apartment other than on a bed or an office chair or the floor. Like, that's nice. You know, things are starting to come together, um, which is really, really nice. I'm actually feeling super hopeful, and like things are moving in a positive direction despite a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world. Um, Personally, things are moving in a positive direction. I I'm really glad because it's been rough at certain points, but I have to say, no matter how bad it's gotten, no matter how stressful or uncomfortable or depressing or whatever it is, I haven't gone back into the being like chronically depressed thing or anything like that at all. And I'm just super relieved about that. I was thinking about, I think it was yesterday, you know, that first morning that I woke up and I wasn't depressed all of a sudden, when the morning before I was. And it was just like, and how grateful I am for that change, and how much I've gone through to learn to live in a different way than the depression and stuff. And, it's still incredible to me. It's still amazing to me that my whole life could have been better and different if the hormone imbalance was addressed. Like, just nuts. I've still gotten lots of likes on the update to my profile pictures and stuff, so the hairier looking face, because, everything's not short and blonde, and starting to become fuzzier and red. Um, that's been, you know, affirming or whatever, nice. Um, Father still doesn't accept. Birth mother still not talking to. But it's been nice hanging out with my brother here and my sister here and stuff, and like have them be super accepting, and my nephews like really like having an uncle. Um, and we're gonna hang out with them at the ocean and go to the zoo and stuff this weekend. So I'm excited to do all that. Spend the night over at my sister's house. Have a big family get together and all that. Like, I'm looking forward to that stuff. Like having positive family interactions is nice because there's so few. Like, the majority of people I'm related to are just negative, angry, very conservative, and we just get to be happy and content and, loving and forward thinking, I guess. I don't know. It's just nice. It's very different because in New York we were so isolated because there wasn't really people there. We didn't really have family and friends the way that we do here, and people have been super welcoming back, and it's just, I mean, especially with my brother and my sister, it's been like we just picked up where we left off, kind of a thing. So um, that's really nice. I'm super loving that. I'm thinking about cutting my hair again just to keep this length going thing that I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to, before I would kind of like buzz everything except the top, and I'm trying to make it more gradiated between the 8 different lengths and stuff. Plus, my beard's getting a little long again. So I was thinking about cutting my hair again, but um, trying a new hairstyle or whatever is always interesting. Although my cowlick goes where it's always gonna have the sweep thing going on. Overall, not a lot to complain about. Um, in BDO, I'm about to be pretty close to done with my Corsair for the season character thing, which is exciting because then I can focus more on Guild Wars 2, where I have been working really hard on some legendaries and having fun with that. In our home, everybody's pretty excited about the expansion for Guild Wars 2. I mean, you think about it. I met both the women in my life on Guild Wars 2. So, like, thanks for the non-intentional dating situation that developed. I don't know how to say that, but you know, when you do something just for the fun of it and someone else is doing it just for the fun of it and you find like commonality in that, sometimes you get to talking and find you have commonality in other things, and a relationship might be a great idea. So I've seen way too many people who loved gaming and loved technology and stuff, and then they marry someone or they get in relationships with someone, and that person is like, no, I don't want you spending time doing that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that with you, and I don't want you doing that without me. And it gets really controlling and contrived and miserable. And I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with that. And I highly recommend waiting for the right person, for people who are settling for that just because they're desperate for, not being lonely, or, to get laid, or to feel like they have someone. You know, it's worth it to find someone who actually likes some of the same things as you, even if it's not all the same things as you. Like, the girls are super into like knitting and crocheting and cross stitch, and I'm not into any of that kind of stuff. But we have like enough common interests and stuff that we don't have to detract from each other's happiness to have fun together. And I think that's an important thing. I um I have a lot more ability to be, I guess, thinking about things through a productive lens instead of a deep and doomed lens. I've noticed a lot more. I'm not like very, this is doomed to fail, or this is obviously in vain, or bitter. I used to be such a bitter person, and I used to feel like pretty much everything I did, period, no matter what it was in vain. And I don't feel that way at all anymore. And I'm really grateful for that. Um, the 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 just misery is so much decreased about life and living and stuff, and there is pain and there is stress, and I get so frustrated sometimes, but at the same time it like goes away. I'm frustrated for 10 minutes, half an hour, and then it's like gone. And same thing with sadness, or being depressed, or feeling like, upset about something, or anger, or any of those things. Like, I don't really have much of a temper. I did get genuinely angry, like actually angry, the other day at someone, and I just don't even want to be around that person now, because they basically made a joke about what's going on at Activision Blizzard, where they're being like sued, and the lawsuits, one of them, they're being sued by multiple things, but the one of the lawsuits is about sexual harassment and doing dreadful things to women, like absolutely astonishingly bad things to women. And they basically were joking around about that and even insinuated that something like that could happen to our girlfriend since she's working in a corporate technological thing and they happen to have some beers at work that you can take home with you at the end of the day. You don't drink them at work, but they give them to you to take home with you. Um, and to it, the joke either was, haha, there's beer there, so automatically you can expect to be harassed, or else it was, haha, harassment happens because of beer and it's not the people's fault. And either way that that could be taken is not okay. Like, I don't understand how you can be a good person and joke about either thing. That it be okay for a woman to be harassed, or that she should just expect or accept that she's going to be harassed at work by men, um, and that the men don't have to take any personal responsibility because they had alcohol. Like, you're not going to do something when you're drunk unless you've already been skirting with that boundary line in your mind when you're not drunk, in my experience. And you act like a fool when you're drunk because you have no inhibitions about the less good sides of your thoughts and your mind. Um, like, to even suggest it just makes no sense to me. Like, how can you suggest that? And the thing is he has a wife. Should I make jokes about the, oh, she should just expect to be getting harassed because she happens to have a job? Like, that's not acceptable. That's not okay. Like, it really upset me. And to say that no man who drinks has a personal responsibility, or if they drank, obviously it's just the beer's fault. And they obviously had no choice in the matter because the beer completely controlled them. To suggest something like that is just as wrong and just as not okay. So I kind of have stopped talking to that person. I not the kind of influence that I need in my life. Like, I have no problems with making my inner circle smaller if someone doesn't need to be there. I can find a high quality person later, to replace them. That's how I am. And I was that way even before, but being a guy, I've definitely noticed some of the behaviors from other guys can be somewhat sexist, like pretty badly. And I'm not saying women don't ever get sexist. I mean, I have seen, especially lately, some really horrible things from women about, like, men. And the sad thing is I know that there's some men who might deserve that, but it's like generalizations on both sides. That's the problem. Like, the guys are making jokes about all women, and the women are acting like all men deserve that statement, and it's individualized. It's very frustrating, but sometimes the stuff that the guys say makes me be like, yeah, I can't really say much about what the women are saying right now because here's something that this guy just said. So, anyway, um, weird situation to be in, to have the perspective of both sides, to have some semblance of understanding of both spectrums or whatever, um, and disagree with both of them. um, at least I don't feel like a monster for being a guy anymore. I mean, I guess that's something. Anyway, Um, that's about where I'm at right now for the 8 months anniversary thing. Um, Testosterone has significantly improved my life. And it wouldn't do that for everyone under the sun, but it has definitely done that for me. And being male and living as a man for over a year now, um, it really, really has been like, despite all the stress and all the stuff that's gone on, the pandemic, the moving, the health issues that my spouse has had, like, all this stuff, my car breaking down and blah blah blah. It's still been like the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. So, yay. Um, I hope the rest of my life is just like that. That the second half of my life is just crazy happy, like an opposite contrast to the first half of my life. That would be nice. I don't know. It it's a lot easier to be grateful for things when you don't feel miserable all the time. Anywho, that's me 8 months on tea.